Gotta say, I captured your.
So first things first, I missed the opportunity to see these live. So I'm just watching what I can right now about it. I remember playing the OG 1996 game, and apparently this is following in that same storyline. So let's just see how it goes.
Good side.
You know what Tomb Raider is. Chances are you've played one of Lara Croft's many adventures, or at least one of the cinematic action adventures.
I played the one on PS3, PlayStation. Was there one on PlayStation 4? I can't remember, but I played at least two Tomb Raider, three actually, the 1996 one. I know that's kind of like exposing my age a little bit. I'm an old guy. But I can't even believe like someone my age is considered old now. Time flies. But yeah, I've played a couple of
That
them.
her original 1996 expedition inspired, whether that be the Uncharted, Horizon, or Star Wars Jedi series. But now it's time to go all the way back as Legacy of Atlantis takes us full circle in a reimagining of the story that
beautiful.
kickstarted an entire genre.
I wonder if they're going to be heavy with the puzzles, because I remember when I was playing the 1996 one, I had to recruit my friend to help me with some of the puzzles. My game IQ at the time wasn't really great. Now I can do all these things with ease when I play, but I remember back then I struggled a lot because I was very young then when the game came out.
We recently had the opportunity to play through its short water puzzle, cartwheel and dinosaur shootout filled demo, which certainly felt familiar, albeit with a gorgeous new lick of paint and more modern tweaks sprinkled in.
This mechanism looks like the waterfall regulator, but clearly it's not working.
It was
You know, for its time, sorry I'm pausing a lot, but for its time in the 1996 game, that was beautiful as well. I understand now with the new technology and graphics, this is next level. But back in the day, when Tomb Raider came out, that 1996 version, for the time, the graphics were immaculate.
fun, and we were left intrigued to see how deep this merging of an old story told using a new box of tricks will go when the full game releases next February. 30 years is a long time, especially in the rapidly evolving world of video games, and if you've picked up a controller and attempted to play the original Tomb Raider recently, nothing emphasises that like how Lara Croft controls. Stiff and heavy, with your thumbs the victim of her sluggish turning circle.
This
Lara's
is so
maneuverability
nostalgic.
resembles that of a transatlantic ocean liner more than an enterprising Atlantis explorer. Thankfully, this remake, co-developed by the series' long-term custodian Crystal Dynamics and newcomer Flying Wild Hog,
This is so nostalgic. You know what's sad? There are people who are not alive right now to actually see this game. That's how old this game has been.
fixes this. This Lara is light on her feet, with a floaty jump more reminiscent of Princess Peach than Nathan Drake. It takes a little getting used to at first, especially if you've become accustomed to the adhesive-fingered approach that Naughty Dog injected into the action-adventure game, which was the foundation for Tomb Raider's most recent Survivor trilogy.
Stunning. We made it, Dad.
Yeah, Rise of the
This
Tomb Raider,
Lara
I
still
played that one.
clings on to some of the old school movement feel of the PS1 original, something that admittedly proved a bit of a struggle during the demo's early moments, but in time we found this freer feeling Lara enjoyable to control, even if her jumps did make us wonder if the Lost Valley in Peru had become some sort of zero gravity zone.
Not her doing this. That's actually cool that they added
its more
that.
old school influenced approach helps build into the idea that you're truly exploring an environment rather than clambering along a set path. The small area of jungle we were dropped into contained one of the classic cog and water puzzles that Lara has worked her way through dozens of times over the years. Using a full exploration suite of
That's the big thing with Tomb Raider. It's the puzzles. Like if you're not good
swimming
at
and
puzzles,
grappling around
this is not a game for
a
you.
miniature sandbox, we went in search of the missing machine components that would unlock the giant gate blocking Lara's progress. Helpful here was the brand new grapple gadget that can be fired out of Lara's wrist, Spider-Man style. These are age-old puzzles design-wise, but made modern by smart additions like this grapple. Tweaks such as these really display Legacy of Atlantis' desire to be more than just a remake, borrowing from the likes of Crystal Dynamics' more recent trilogy and how it approaches Lara's toolkit.
Decoration or spare part?
A further addition is the number of collectibles littered throughout the world and the ability to survey the environment in search of the secrets using Lara's
That's
scanner.
new. I haven't seen that
From what
before.
we can tell,
Or maybe
Legacy
it's just
of
been too
Atlantis
long.
is still a largely linear adventure, but venturing off the main path will reward you with all sorts of treasures, whether they be documents that build out the lore.
Oh, so there's gonna be like side quests, like side missions. Okay, that's pretty good.
of an ancient civilization, or objects that grant Lara extra skill points. Unfortunately, the skill tree menu was locked off to us in the demo, so we can't tell exactly how we'll be able to tweak her ability.
There's a demo? Wait, I'm sure just people like IGN and special folks that get to play a demo, because unless I'm wrong, is there a demo? Can everyone access that?
But its mere existence is again a sign of newfound depth, and that all makes sense because although Legacy of Atlantis is a retelling of the British adventurer's first story, it's actually part of the same universe now as the prequel trilogy that ran between 2013 and 2018.
It's the only thing that makes sense to me now.
This isn't her first rodeo, and she boasts the skills to show
Damn,
for
the
it.
graphics
This is
are
best
crazy.
displayed in combat, of which we got a tiny taste after stepping through the huge doorway opened up by the aforementioned
I love the fact that they
cog-finding
stayed-
problem solving. It was on
they
the
stayed
other
with the
side that
OG
we were
costume.
welcomed by a gang of hungry velociraptors, a far more vicious resident.
This game will do well in sales simply because of the nostalgic factor behind it. Whether or not it delivers, it's a different story. It looks good so far from what we can see, but hopefully it plays well.
Peru than Paddington Bear. That's probably for the best though, because the thought of unleashing multiple rounds into one of Britain's most adorable imports would have probably led to a lot of crying. Thankfully then, it was the job of one of Britain's most deadly exports to take on these prehistoric menaces instead. Dodging, cartwheeling,
go
most
back,
dead
go back,
would have
go back.
probably led to a lot of crying.
to see that view again.
Thankfully then, it was the job of one of Britain's most deadly exports to take on these
Ooh, that looks amazing.
prehistoric menaces
Oh, that is so cool.
instead, dodging, cartwheeling, and backflipping out of the way of their deadly lunges. Get enough room between them and you'll be able to fire those iconic double pistols that handily come complete with unlimited ammo. The shooting felt snappy and
Unlimited
responsive,
ammo.
but really
That
came
is true.
alive
They did come with unlimited ammo.
once another new skill up Lara's non-existent sleeves was introduced. The focus system. Look, we don't have that much footage, so I'm just going to show you all that again, right? Performing well-timed acrobatics during combat and evading enemies at the right time builds up the focus meter, filling up charges that can be used with a quick press of
This
the
is this. I swear this is the same mechanic that was in the Matrix game in PlayStation 2. I don't remember what it was called, but it's a Matrix game, a game based on the Matrix. And Neo could load up the focus meter and do slow motion things like dodge bullets and climb on the walls and things like that.
bumper. Upon doing so, she stylishly spins into the air and enters bullet time, allowing you to unload full magazines into enemies as they practically freeze in the line of fire. It's a great addition to the action, further bringing these classic fights into the modern age while
Oh
giving
my
Lara
days.
a welcome edge in encounters. We're intrigued to see if more powerful uses of these focus changes await deeper in the game, perhaps where they could be used in a similar way to how Sucker Punch's Ghost series grants you devastating attacks and abilities at the cost of using more than one circle of energy. Before we could experiment too much with Tomb Raider's own take on gun fu, a rude interruption was made as one of the series' most iconic moments took over the scene. Into the arena stepped a towering T-Rex, which made both Lara and her previous foes flee the scene with haste. We're having to use footage from Anniversary to illustrate this because we weren't given B-roll of the new T-Rex segment, but we can say the sequence has undergone a complete facelift, translating the primitive capabilities of the original
Oh,
PlayStation
damn.
into something entirely more cinematic. Rather than a simple shooting effect,
I always find it so funny. Like the thing with video games, too, in order to enjoy them, you kind of have to turn off your brain a little bit. Imagine taking down a T-Rex with two pistols.
the scene now begins with a playable chase down
Look at the graphics. Oh, these graphics were top tier at the time, but looking at them now, what the hell?
treacherous jungle pathway as Lara slides, swings, and clambers to escape its sharp-toothed maw. There's a great sense of peril in the cinematography and effective use of slow motion as Lara slides between the dinosaur's legs, mirrored by a great sense of muddled bewilderment and desperation in the voice of Alex Wilton Reagan, the latest actor to pick up the dual pistols.
Oh,
And partway through
Oh, okay. She looks like she's embodying the
this
role. I didn't even
attempted
know they
escape
changed the
is
actress
where
or
our
the
time with
actor.
Legacy of Atlantis ended, as Lara plunged into a river, her rope bridge escape route destroyed by the T-Rex. This cliffhanger concluded a short but varied look at what this latest reboot of Tomb Raider has to offer, and so far it feels like all the necessary ingredients are there. At its core, the design attempts to blend the classic feel of Lara Croft's movement with a more modern approach to combat and exploration.
This figure they're worshipping, could it be Qualopec?
What more could you ask for? We're looking forward to see how all that comes together
Now, this so far looks gorgeous. I'm not even gonna lie.
when Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis arrives on February 12th, 2027 for PlayStation
February
5,
12th,
Xbox Series
2027.
X and S, PC, and Nintendo Switch 2. You could play it in the Peruvian jungles, imagine that. For more on Tomb Raider, why not?
Okay, so that's pretty much the end of it. I'm gonna stop that right there. But no, that was dope, really. Like, I wish I watched the actual reveal live. I think it was like the summer, I forgot what they call it, like a summer event. But I missed all of that. A friend of mine told me that they basically made Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis like a remake. And I was gassed because I remember playing it years ago when I was like, how old was I? Maybe like 7, 8? I can't remember how old I was at the time. But yeah, I was very young. I remember struggling with the puzzles. But back then, I remember like the game was, the graphics then was amazing. I was just mind blown by it, and to see it come again with new tech and on the PS5 Pro, it's just like a good full circle moment. This is gonna be heavy with the nostalgia immersions like myself. Whether or not this game is good, it's a whole different ball game, but it's a very good marketing tactic, I must say. I wish we actually got like real raw gameplay to just see how it flows. The fact that it did like bits and pieces, again, this is IGN putting it all together. I actually tried to look for gameplay videos, and this was the longest I could find. So I just thought I'd react to it. I'm not sure if there's any other clips about the gameplay, but I wish it was like the God of War La Fey gameplay, where you kind of get like a mini story, you kind of see how it flows and actually see what it's like to play somewhat of like a mini mission or whatever. But all in all, in terms of just the graphics and the homage to the original game, pretty good. Okay, I'll reserve judgment for when the actual game comes out. It's been Agnostic Reviews. I'll catch you guys next time. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm a small YouTuber trying to grow, so that helps us grow a lot. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye.